All right, this is going to be stocks to trade, stocks to watch. Used to be, but let's call it what it is. It's going to be stocks that we like to trade. Waiting on YouTube 543. There we go. All right, this is Mark Maddox. This is Wall Street Sizing Up. This is a YouTube channel, and we are sponsored by StockTrade.tips. That is a Telegram community. We've got about 350 in there now. It is free. You should join. Because a lot of these are called out. In fact, one of the very first ones that I'm going to put up on the screen, in fact, I'll switch it up real quick, is one that we called out on Friday. It finished up 12%. So you definitely want, and we had a hell of a week too. So with that being said, let's get to it. We've got high conviction buys. We've got YOLOs. We've got directionally bullish stocks, and then after I get through the calls, which again, this is not financial advice, it's for entertainment purposes only, as you know, and we're the home of the YOLO Hour every trading day. Last hour of the trading day, we call it YOLO Hour. We do no research, we do no due diligence, we just try to get on rockets. We are the home of that. So with that being said, let's do what we came here to do, and that is let's give you the stocks that we think are going to be moving next week. Last week, we had, I want to say, in a bad week on Wall Street, right? In 4 days, all the indices were basically down. We had 3 stocks go 20% plus, right? So feel really good about that. In the 2 days following most of our calls, or all of our calls, there's a spreadsheet that's tracking this. We're at 72%, good calls, but after that we fall off to like 48%. So you got 2 days and we're probably good. You know what I mean? So, but with that being said, this is not financial advice. So on the screen you see SEMR, SEMrush. SEMrush gives you a lot of information on really analytics on Amazon and on certain website traffic and things of that sort. So that they do very, very well. They went public in March, and look at it. It's just a beautiful chart, right? So we called this out on Friday, early, about mid-morning Friday, but you see that it just went straight up, right? You know, it did get as high as 32.37 and settled in at 31.32. So with that being said, we believe this is still in a breakout. We still like this stock. I just wanted to go there. A couple of the highlights: it's outrun the price target. It does have a small float, so watch that. So it can be pushed up very, very high, and it's just in a really good place right now. The volume on this one is a little low. So if you're going to play SEMrush or SEMR, be careful of the volume. Now, look, if you follow this trend line, I get real long about 32.16, 32.15-ish. That's where I get really, really long at. So, and we found it off of openinsider.com. If you don't know what that is, that's the insiders. They have to basically declare to the SEC within 2 days of their trades, and that's why nobody buys stock to lose money. They just don't. I don't care if it's $12,000. I don't care if it's $12 million. They're not buying stock to lose money. Now, you sell for different reasons. We all know that. But so the next one up is going to be this at the very bottom. I should pump up this. Here, let me pump this up for you guys. So we're going to go with the first one's going to be DSS. So what you need to know about DSS, it was traded on September 8th, right? Document Security Systems. All right, so this Chan Hing Fa Ambrose, right? I'm probably mispronouncing that, probably fucked that up. My point is, he's a director. He owns 10% of the company. He's a businessman and an entrepreneur. He went big high conviction here, $15 million buy, literally 121% larger position. And his net worth, from what I can understand, is about $65 million. So he's literally got about 20% of his net worth in DSS. And there is zero. So these are the ones I like to call. I hate this chart. This chart sucks. I get it. But some of the best calls that we've ever made are ones that make 0 cents. What does he know? So he bought this on the 8th, right? So he put $15 million on the 8th right there. And even if he did it that morning, what did he get up? I mean, what did he get? Like 15 cents, right? So my point is, you don't put $15 million down, right, on a new buy. Completely double what you have in the stock and not know something. If we look at the vitals on this stock, again, no reason to do this. The float's smallish. There's really no high short interest. There's really no, there's a $14, this is back in June. Actually, that's June of last year. I had a $14. Clearly, that's not working out. So if it's green, looks like it's falling the 20-day here. If it is green, sorry, the 50-day. If it's green on Monday, it's a trade, and you're going to start encountering resistance at about 190. About the $185 to $192 mark. You're gonna have some trash in there. So that's the first one. That is DSS. Now our next stock is, you gotta love this chart. I mean, is this not a beautiful chart? So clearly had some issues back in February, gained its footing. ALKS is a biotech. That happens a lot. It probably had a earnings miss here, had a misstep. This is a classic buy the freaking dip by a large hedge fund. Let me give you this position here. First of all, this trade was made on 9/9 or September 9th, right there. So classic buy the dip, right? They had an earnings miss, which biotechs often do, and 2 days later they bought the dip. You can see you're not going to encounter a lot of resistance until about 32. It's sitting at $30.52 now. But here's the thing. 9/9 they took the trade. They increased their position $60 million more, 1.3 million shares more. They now own $390 million of this stock, right? It's a $5 billion stock, right? But they own 8% of it, right? They are not backing off this stock. You can expect this stock to continue up. You would expect it to continue up if it not were for macro factors, and we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, this is just a beautiful stock, and this is this pullback here. That's probably again, it was an earnings miss, but that was probably good for the stock to help it consolidate back. So wanted to let you know that. Again, new buy as well. Float is not small. Trying to think. It's done well for the year. Now it did. So this right in here on, what was that, September 3rd, it was downgraded to $27. Clearly, that's not going to hold. So that is one of the good or one of the better stocks. The RSI is exactly where you want it to be, and it's in the uptrend as well. So that's ALKS. That is one of our high conviction buys, as well as the DSS, which was a high conviction buy as well. All right, well, we're going to go back to an insider buy, and we're going to go MXL. Now we've called MXL before. I believe Stephen Lynchfield is a director. It's not a huge buy. It's 124, but he made it on Friday, right? So if we go to the chart, you can see almost the exact same chart as we're seeing. It has pulled back. Look at this. It keeps continuing to bounce off this trend line. If TA doesn't matter, why does it continue to bounce off this trend line? So the more you knock on the door, the more you're going to have chances to get through. So Steve Santos, it's just me here, man. But I don't know, brother. It's Saturday, and my kid had soccer games today. So, but anyway, MXL. Let me just run through this real quick. So this is a classic, I think, buy the dip. He bought it on the 10th, like I said, which was yesterday. It was down. So you're back at 52. This thing could easily run all the way to 54, 44. and I would expect a breakthrough very, very soon. The RSI is pointing down, which is I don't like, but as long as, I mean, you're right on, if it goes red on Monday, you're on the SMA 20-day at about 51.74. If it goes below 51.74, I get very bearish until you can get back up to, I'd say 53.17-ish. So the float is not, I mean, it's not incredibly small. It's 70 million. High short interest, there's just none, or it's very low. I've got a $51 target on it, but that's been increased to 52, right where it sits now. But that was a couple months ago. So we believe that this stock, MXL, will continue to knock on the 54.27-ish mark and eventually break through. And upon the breakthrough, you want to get very, very bullish. So that is MXL. So the next one is this Asana, the one? Yeah, so Asana. Check out this high conviction buy by the CEO and the chairman. He owns over 10%. He bought on September 8th. Check out this chart. Now that is a pretty good chart too. I like charts that are directionally bullish, guys. They're just such easier trades to make, and they're a lot less risky. Now I get the macro for the last for the last 3 months on small, mid, and micro caps has been complete crap. But look at this. This thing broke out on September 2nd, continues to climb. It's on a breakout. Need I say more, right? You as long as it's above 85, 86, 87, you got to be long. You just got to be long. The RSI is on an uptick. It is above 70. It's at 73, but it's still moving up. It's gone as high in the last couple of months as 95. So understand that. It has a smaller-ish float as well at 71 million shares. Insider transactions are way up 40%. Clearly with this last transaction. And I'm looking at a share price of a price target of $85. Clearly it's broken out and above that. And on a very bad day on Wall Street, it was up on Friday. That is Asana, and that is what's most important here is that's the president, CEO, and the chairman of the board buying 750,000 more shares for $72 million more. Nobody's putting down $72 million and it just go poof the wrong way. Just not going to happen. All right, and then our last one, we've called this one before. I'm not as bullish as I once was on it. One of the guys on the channel has made on this stock, I believe he said that he made $2,000. Fact check me on a YOLO Hour. It was on Friday or Thursday that he told me that. So he made that last week because I think we had a call in on this one on last week. It wasn't on a stocks to watch or stocks to trade, but it was like on a daily TikTok that we did. So SLQT. September 8th, right? Director size is up 144,000 shares on basically plus 6% larger position, almost $2 million. And here we go. I don't like the chart. We are directionally bearish. Do not like that. You know, I just talked about that. But look what this has done. It bounced off the trend line, and it is in an uptrend. So it had bad earnings on the 26th. Clearly, that's what happened here. That's going to happen in the insurance brokerage. Crazy. Goes into a phenomenal uptrend, goes through, pierces the SMA 20, right? And now it's sitting here in the trash where it was before the earnings issue, right? So I would get real long. It's at 13. It's right about $13, $13.01 right now. I'd get real long at $33.50, $14 for sure, right? And then you're going to run all the way to at least $15.49, and if it can pierce the 50-day, you'll run to the $18 mark. So lot to talk about in there, but yeah, you're in some trash right now. But if it goes green on Monday, you got a good shot to pierce through this and potentially run a swing trade all the way into like the 1530s, if you would. So it does not have a small, well, the float's kind of small. It's 100 million shares. That's really not that small. No high short interest. Has not really performed for the year. Has performed for the week. It's up 16% for the week. And you saw the downgrade on the 26 to $13, which is exactly where it sits now, which is really, really funny because it downgraded to 13, but it dropped all the way to 8. Does that make sense to anyone how that works on Wall Street? Again, fundamentals don't matter. It's got great volume too. I want to talk to you about Asana really quick. Let's go back. It's got great volume as well. MXL, 400,000 shares a day. Good volume there. Good volume on ALKS as well. You're not going to have a problem there. And you're not going to have a problem on DSS, as that trades about 2.5 million shares a day. So we got Novik. We got Steve Santos on here. Do you guys have any ask me anything questions? If you want to talk about crypto really quick, I would I got long Algorand, and in fact, I've just put it in the channel, and I'm about to be long Harmony at 1. It's a 19 cent crypto. I tell you what it did, but it would take me a long time to explain it. But you see this incredible base that it's doing right here. So the bigger the base, and it's had this base since we're going back to March. The bigger the base, the bigger in space. I'm also seeing it on the crypto side, just really quick, guys. I'm seeing a lot of coins be moved off the exchange. Not just Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm talking about smaller coins too, right? I saw some Cosmos being pulled off this morning. Like I'm talking about $90 million of Cosmos. What else did we see? Tezos saw about, I think it was 23 million being moved off an exchange. So DS, what's up? Keep it up, bud. We're always watching. Awesome. I got in on SLQT when it was around 9.10 and set my stop at 13. So good so far. I might lower it to 12.50 just to see if it goes higher for the day. Well, if you're an SLQT, it's at $13 now, man. Yeah, I put the stop in. I don't know, man. If you want to like 12, yeah, 12.50 is probably good. Put the stop in there. You're already up, so you're in the money. If this does break like 14.50 ish, you actually might buy some shares there, right? Again, not financial advice. This is what I would do, and then it's going to turn back on the 50 day. I promise you, it's going to get turned back, and it's probably going to be a healthy turn back. And continue on, right? I don't know how big that pullback is going to be, obviously, but it won't pierce it the first time. Let's just say that. And that's at right 15.40-ish, right? So there you go, guys. If there's anything else, what else were we talking about on the channel? I don't really want to go too long here. You can see small and mid caps, guys, are just moving sideways. That's all they're doing. The XLK ETF, it is directionally bullish. You want to get real bullish on it at about 159, 160, 161. Once it pierces that, it should run. You can see what it did. Now, XLK, that is the technology ETF, but I'm telling you, it's not the small and mid caps. The ones that are pushing it are the large caps, your Apples, your Facebooks, I wouldn't say Amazon this time, your Netflix, blah, blah, blah. So that's it for today, guys. I appreciate you joining me on here. I did not want to take up much of your Saturday. It's a great Saturday out there. It's a good day for college football, which I love. So with that being said, guys, appreciate you guys. Watch your six. You go hard in the paint. We'll see you next time. Thanks again. Oh, YOLO Hour Monday. Be there. Last trading hour of the day, no matter where you are. If you're on your phone, get on. It's fun. We YOLO into stocks that are on rockets.